movie fans, welcome back to your favorite movie channel, Retro Movie Palace. Today we take a look back at a classic, Way of the Dragon. Bruce Lee shines, and we're taking a look back.
The Way of the Dragon, also known as Return of the Dragon in the United States, is a 1972 martial arts action comedy film directed by Bruce Lee, who also stars in the lead role. This marked Lee's sole complete directorial effort and was the final film released during his lifetime. The movie features Nora Miao, Robert Wall, Wei Ping Ao, and Chuck Norris in his screen debut. Set primarily in a restaurant in Rome, the storyline revolves around the owners seeking assistance from a relative in Hong Kong to deal with harassment from a local crime boss. The conflict between the restaurant staff and the gangsters intensifies, leading to escalating confrontations. Bruce Lee formed Concord Production Inc. with Raymond Chow, the founder of Golden Harvest, to produce the film. In addition to acting as the producer, Lee wrote the script, directed the film, and contributed to the soundtrack. Initially intended for the Asian market, The Way of the Dragon ended up playing a significant role in maintaining the popularity of martial arts films in America. Notably, the film's standout scene is a fight in the Colosseum, where Chuck Norris makes his film debut. Lee shot the scene using long takes and dramatic lighting, emphasizing the larger-than-life presence of the fighters. Plot summary. When the movie starts, we find ourselves in Rome with Chen Qinghua and her uncle Wang. They're facing a big problem because a nasty crime boss wants to snatch their restaurant away from them. But Chen isn't about to let that happen without a fight. So, when the boss sends his goons to scare off their customers, she knows she needs help. That's when she calls up her uncle over in Hong Kong. Enter Tang Lung, a young martial artist. Chen's hoping for a hero, but when Tang arrives, he seems a bit lost in the big city. Chen's not sure what to make of him at first. She's like, you sure you're up for this? But Tang, despite his initial confusion, is super confident. As Tang settles in, he finds out that some of the restaurant staff have been learning karate. This doesn't sit well with Quen, one of the employees who's all about kung fu. Tang steps in with some advice. Hey Quen, why not keep an open mind? Use whatever works. The gangsters show up at the restaurant again, just when Tang's conveniently in the bathroom. Talk about bad timing, right? The staff are like, where's Tang when we need him? They start questioning whether he's as skilled as he claims and if his martial arts style is even useful. Then, when the gangsters come back for round 2, the staff try to take matters into their own hands. But guess what? They end up getting their butts kicked. Just when it seems like all hope is lost, Tang bursts onto the scene and takes down the bad guys like a total boss. After that epic showdown, the staff are like, okay, maybe this Tang guy knows what he's doing. They decide to train under him, hoping to beef up their fighting skills. But Uncle Wang warns them that the gangsters won't just give up. They'll be back for revenge. Despite the danger, Tang promises to protect the restaurant no matter what. He and Chen, meanwhile, are getting closer. She takes him on a tour of Rome, hoping to show him the beauty of the city. But Tang's not exactly impressed. He's all about the mission. Sure enough, the bad guys return, led by Ho, the crime boss's right-hand man. They storm the restaurant, taking everyone hostage. Ho even tries to bribe Tang with a ticket back to Hong Kong, thinking he'll leave them high and dry. But Tang's not having it. When the thugs try to escort him out, Tang fights back with his trusty nunchakus, showing them who's boss. With the help of the staff, they manage to turn the tables and take down the baddies once and for all. It's a victory for the good guys, and Tang proves himself to be a true hero. Tang is not one to back down, and he's not about to let Ho and his goons bully him into leaving. Now Uncle Wang's worried sick about Chen, and he's putting pressure on her to convince Tang to bail out. But Tang's got a stubborn streak a mile wide. He's not budging, not when the restaurant needs him. Things get really intense when an assassin shoots Tang while he's chilling at the restaurant. Talk about a close call. But Tang's not one to go down easy. He outsmarts the would-be assassin and takes him down like a pro. But the drama's far from over. When Tang gets back to the apartment, Chen vanishes into thin air. Tang thinks Ho's behind it, so he storms over to the boss's headquarters with the whole restaurant staff in tow. They kick some serious butt, and Tang lays down the law, warning Ho to back off for good. Just when it seems like they've won, Tang gets some bad news. He's been summoned back to Hong Kong, but he's not about to leave his friends hanging. He vows to stick around until everything's sorted out. But Ho's not giving up that easily. He hires two top-notch martial artists to take down Tang, one from Japan, the other from Europe. These guys mean business, and they're not about to go down without a fight. Ho's not done playing dirty. He brings in this super tough martial artist named Colt, along with some of the restaurant staff, under the guise of making peace. But surprise, surprise, it's an ambush. Colt and his partner start taking down the staff, but Tang swoops in just in time to save the day. He leaves the rest of the bad guys for the staff to handle. But that's just the beginning of the madness. Ho sets up this epic showdown between Tang and Colt at the Colosseum. Meanwhile, Uncle Wang reveals his true colors, planning to sell out the restaurant to Ho and make a quick buck. The battle at the Colosseum is intense, but Tang manages to take down Colt, though he does it with some reluctance. As a sign of respect, he places Colt's GI and black belt on his fallen opponent. But the drama's not over yet. Tang tracks down Ho, and they end up back at the ambush site. The mob boss shows up and starts shooting left and right, killing both Ho and Uncle Wang. The police swoop in and arrest the mob boss. Tang decides it's time to head back to Hong Kong, but not before Quen drops a bombshell. He tells Chen that Tang's a lone wolf who's never going to settle down. And with that, the curtain falls on this wild ride of a story. Box office success of The Way of the Dragon. The Way of the Dragon wasn't just a hit, it was a box office sensation. Let's break it down. In Hong Kong, it smashed records, raking in over $5 million and becoming the highest-grossing film of 1972. But its success wasn't limited to Asia. When it hit theaters in the US and Canada, it dominated the box office charts, pulling in over $4 million within a month of release. In New York City, it made a cool $1 million in its first 5 days alone. The film resonated strongly with black audiences, drawing cheers and applause akin to a prize fight, especially during the epic showdown between Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris. Internationally, The Way of the Dragon continued its winning streak. In France, Spain, and Germany, it ranked among the top-grossing films of its respective years, selling millions of tickets. Even in India, where it was released later, it found success, pulling in hefty earnings at the box office. Its global impact was staggering, grossing over $100 million worldwide against a humble budget of $130,000. This incredible financial success speaks volumes about the film's lasting impact and appeal across generations. Despite its release over 4 decades ago, The Way of the Dragon continues to be revered by audiences worldwide, cementing its status as a timeless classic in martial arts cinema. Mixed reviews. Review 1. Return of the Dragon delivers a punch with Bruce Lee's unmatched martial arts prowess, intense action, and a legendary showdown with Chuck Norris. While the acting may be a bit corny, the breathtaking fights and Lee's charismatic presence make it a must-watch for martial arts fans. Review 2. A classic chop sake with thrilling fight scenes and wild action. Return of the Dragon showcases Bruce Lee's directorial and martial arts skills. Despite some cheesy moments, Lee's dynamic performance in the iconic showdown with Chuck Norris make it a timeless favorite for fans of the genre. So that's all for today's video. If you like it, click the like and bell buttons. We'll have another video for you soon. Take care until then.